There are many dangers for beloved celebrities or just plain old public figures to share racist sentiments. The consequences to such a thing can often be dramatically magnified due to the sheer number of people under their influence. People with influence publicly airing their hatred may cause for more people than what previously would to publicize similar views under the impression that it's acceptable to do so. This may also cause people to begin behaving violently towards these communities, making life needlessly dangerous for millions of people. Celebrities are aware of the power they hold in society, which may be why they decide to spew racism and hatred, and it's incredibly distressing to hear about, especially if it's someone you previously enjoyed the work of. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 celebrities that got cancelled for racism. At number 10 is Abbe Lee Miller. Now, Abbe Lee Miller has been cancelled for so many different things, such as having a show all about her berating minors, but the infamous dance teacher had an upcoming reality series entitled Abby's Virtual Dance-Off cancelled, which was probably a blessing. It was bad enough watching her yell at 8-year-olds in person, so seeing her do it over Zoom would probably be even more unnerving, but unfortunately, it wasn't due to the producers coming to their senses that this would be strange media, but instead due to the accusations of racism that surfaced shortly after it was announced. One of the dance moms, Adriana Smith, shared on social media that Abby had made racist statements to her and her daughter Cameron. In a 6-part Instagram post, she recalls how Abby said the only reason her daughter was on the cast was for, quote, a sprinkle of color, and told Cameron during a tirade that she knows she grew up in the, quote, hood with only a box of 8 crayons, and continued by letting her know that she grew up in a country club with a box of 64, insinuating that her privilege made her more intelligent. Abby released a canned apology note to her own Instagram, but Adriana refused to accept it, unsurprisingly. At number 9 is Camila Cabello. After the girl group Cabello was a part of for 5 years, Fifth Harmony, broke up, reports surfaced that Cabello had made racist remarks when she was 14 years old. A Twitter user posted a thread exposing Cabello's archived racist Tumblr post, reportedly from 2012, posting a slew of screenshotted memes the singer published, all of which were based on stereotypes while also carelessly throwing around a racial slur on a multitude of different occasions. Her ex-band member Normani, who had previously been the target of awful racist abuse online, as anonymous trolls would often send her threats and call her slurs, said learning of Cabello's past behaviors hit her even harder, as she was forced to look back at her friendship and professional relationship with Cabello, reframing Fifth Harmony as a whole, since she previously saw it as a safe haven and sisterhood. Normani decided to write a letter voicing her opinions on the news, writing that she was devastated by the news, going on to say that it took Cabello days to acknowledge what Normani was dealing with online, and then years to take responsibility for her offensive past, and these actions made her feel as though she was not a priority. Cabello went on to apologize for these actions, to which Normani did not respond to, and in fact mentioned that their relationship will never recover. Cabello has also decided to go to a weekly racial healing session in order to attempt to learn more about other cultures and hopefully stop being so ignorant. At number 8 is Roseanne Bar. The comedian and star of the titular sitcom, Roseanne Bar has partaken in her fair share of controversial opinions. From offensive jokes to inappropriately sharing conspiracy theories on tragic events, Bar certainly did enough to ruin her career before she ever did anything racist. The final straw to her getting her sitcom cancelled, though, happened right after the Obama presidency, when she decided to burn every bridge she had in the industry via a Twitter thread. The rant included some seriously disturbing racist comments about former President Barack Obama. Her comment referred to him as an offensive stereotype and conspiracy theory about his ethnicity, and as a result, ABC cancelled Roseanne's sitcom. At number 7 is Kelly Osbourne. In her now infamously viral attempt at being woke, The View guest co-host Kelly Osbourne went on a long rant about Donald Trump, discussing his concerns about illegal immigration, to which she punctuated by asking Don who would clean his toilets if he were to forcefully remove every Latino from the USA. Fellow co-host Rosie Perez was quick to rebut her, pointing out that Latinos aren't the only people in service jobs, and it's incredibly offensive to insinuate that they are. Osbourne attempted to walk back her comments and clarify what her true point was, but the internet immediately had this clip make the rounds, ridiculing and using her as an example of how to not raise awareness for issues such as this. Osbourne quickly responded to the backlash she was receiving, saying simply that she'd hate her as well. At number 6 is Bill Maher. During an interview he had with Republican Senator Ben Sasse in 2017, the HBO late-night host dropped a racial slur on live television. Maher said the remark in such a frighteningly casual way about an awful topic, so it immediately received boos from the audience. Maher did not back down, taking defense and yelling at the crowd that it was just a joke. In our good year of 2017, I don't think anyone in their right mind would be using slurs as jokes, so it's very strange that he thought that defense would work, as it rarely does, even in situations that aren't this offensive. The day after this episode aired, Maher issued a response saying that he regretted saying what he said. HBO also apologized on his behalf and promised to keep the comment from airing on any subsequent shows, calling it completely inexcusable and tasteless. Maher seems to get away with a lot, probably because he's a charismatic white man, but also appears to be liberal. Many have criticized him as it seems like his racist humor and rhetoric is often disguised as rationality, which is cruel and offensive. At her halfway point is Michael Richards. The comedian, more widely known as Cosmo Kramer in the long-running TV show Seinfeld, had probably one of the most popular racial outbursts of any celebrity ever. Back in 2006, Richards took the stage at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles, and boy did he make the audience remember his name. During his act, a few audience members began speaking, something that a seasoned performer like Richards should have been able to react to in a pretty cool and collected manner. Well, you'd be surprised because he took it from 0 to 100 as he immediately begins shouting at the group, which would have been humiliating enough for him, but then he proceeded to insult one of the men with a succession of racist slurs and threats. Shortly after, Richards went on the David Letterman show to apologize for his actions, saying he was not a racist, but that this was instead an instance of him losing his temper and being too in character. Many comedians, including former boss Jerry Seinfeld, distanced themselves from Richards understandably. For a comedian that has been in the game for as long as he was, it is an incredibly surprising scene to watch him fly off the handle like he did, and it's safe to say that his career has never been the same from his peak as Kramer. At number 4 is PewDiePie. The Swedish gamer, also known as Felix Kjellberg, was at one point in time the biggest creator on the YouTube platform. His stardom led him to make appearances on The Walking Dead, South Park, and late shows hosted by Stephen Colbert and Conan O'Brien. He was set to launch a new reality comedy show entitled Scare PewDiePie on YouTube's streaming platform produced by Disney and Maker Studios. However, this was quickly halted in 2017 after the Wall Street Journal published a story and video compilation of Kjellberg's anti-Semitic content. One clip included him calling someone a racial slur while playing a video game, and the most infamous of which was from a video where he paid 2 Indian men from a freelance site to hold a sign reading a blatantly anti-Semitic threat while they laugh and dance. The men have apologized for the video, saying they did not understand what the quote meant. Afterwards, Kjellberg tried to walk it back by claiming his words were taken out of context, but later admitted that the joke was taken too far. But YouTube cancelled and removed all episodes of Scare PewDiePie, and Disney and Maker Studios cut ties with him. At number 3 is Gina Marie Zimmerman. Zimmerman was a contestant on the game show Big Brother, an American television reality competition show in which a group of people are kept in a house isolated from the outside world and monitored on a series of cameras, which is live streamed 24 hours a day. It's safe to say that there have been many unfavorable scenarios that showed contestants in a bad light, but there was a particularly infamous moment during the 15th season of Big Brother, in which Gina Marie made a slew of comments that many viewers deemed racist and insensitive. She made many comments referring to other contestants' ethnicities, saying that an Asian woman, Helen, should be quote, making her rice, and referring to welfare as an insurance for people of color, but used a racial slur to make her point. She whispered the slur as though she was aware she shouldn't say it but couldn't help herself. Gina went on to win 2nd place in the season, which is wild considering in contemporary Big Brother, contestants are appropriately kicked from the game if they were to say anything slightly similar to what she said. Although she stayed in the game, she was fired at her job at East Coast USA Pageant Incorporated, where she had worked for 5 years. Our runner-up is another Big Brother contestant, Aaryn Gries. Unfortunately, the aforementioned point was not the first incident of hateful language on season 15 of Big Brother. Aaryn Gries also made her fair share of racial comments on the live feed, such as telling Helen something similar to what Gina said, which was to quote, shut up and go make some rice. She also put on a mocking Asian voice to joke about getting her nails done. This made her exit interview with host Julie Chen Moonves very awkward, as Julie herself is Asian and was obviously offended by her comments. Aaryn claimed to not recall ever saying them though. Moments before her eviction from the game though, Aaryn flipped Candace's, a person of color's, mattress off her bed for no reason. When Candace asked who had done that, Aaryn began to taunt her with racist remarks. Aaryn was dropped from her modeling agency Zephyr Talent after her actions on the show went viral, issuing a statement saying that they did not know of and do not condone any prejudices or beliefs that Aaryn took part in the show. And our number 1 spot is Luke Valentine, another Big Brother house guest and the most recent evictee for racist remarks. Just last night, Big Brother made viewers aware of the fact that Luke Valentine would be kicked from the show after he was caught calling another contestant a racial slur. Julie Chen explained Valentine's exit from the game, saying that he had broken the Big Brother code of conduct. Luke used the slur while casually chatting with fellow contestants Jared, Corey, and Hissam, and the men seemed unsurprisingly shocked by this and promptly left the room. CBS and Big Brother's producers told TMZ that there is zero tolerance in the game for using a racial slur, as the network does not condone such behavior. Due to the nature of Big Brother's zero privacy 24/7 monitoring, it's a given that house guests will at all times reveal prejudices and other beliefs that were not caught in the audition process. It is just absolutely wild that a house guest has already been kicked from the house this early in the season, as the 25th season of Big Brother is only on its 4th episode as of now. But that brings us to the end of the top 10 celebrities that got cancelled for racism. Let us know if I forgot anyone in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.